Welcome to another explainer from Restoring the Mind. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a massive, multi-billion-dollar global industry. An industry that's literally designed to manufacture what you believe. And let's just dive right in with a pretty high-stakes recent example from Benjamin Netanyahu. The idea here is simple, but it's incredibly powerful. If you can control the story, you control the outcome. We're not just talking about press releases. We're talking about shaping a country's entire brand on the world stage. So you hear that phrase all the time, right? Controlling the narrative. But what does it actually mean? Well, it's not just some political buzzword. It's the absolute core of a huge global business. And the crazy part is, the techniques are so woven into our daily lives, we barely even notice them. So let's unpack that.
All right, first up, we're going to look at how our digital world, our social media feeds, have become the new front line in a war for public opinion. And in this war, the weapons aren't bullets. They're clicks and shares and viral posts.
I mean, this really captures it perfectly. It's this constant digital tug of war. You've got these super sophisticated info campaigns on one side trying to muddy the waters and hide the truth. And on the other, you have this huge wave of influencers and regular people trying to drag that truth back into the light. Your feed is the battlefield.
And here's what happens when that battle goes wrong for one side. This is a perfect example of how a carefully crafted image of strength can just shatter. For years, Israel projected this image of being untouchable. But after the conflict with Iran, global opinion shifted hard, and you started to see these cracks appear. It just goes to show, even the most powerful narratives can be surprisingly fragile.
And that right there is the real danger. Because in the court of public opinion, once you've lost, it's almost impossible to get that trust back. A damaged reputation can become a life sentence. It's an incredibly difficult hole to climb out of. If you're finding this interesting, by the way, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really helps.
So to really get how we ended up here, we've got to go back in time. We need to talk about the man who basically invented the modern playbook for public relations. A man who turned psychology into a powerful tool of influence.
And this is the guy, Edward Bernays. He was a total game changer. He took the groundbreaking theories of his uncle, the famous Sigmund Freud, and he figured out how to use them, not to heal people, but to persuade them, on a mass scale. He called his new field public relations, and he first showed how powerful it could be by helping convince Americans to enter World War I.
And this quote, wow, it's just chilling. It's from Nazi leader Hermann Goering during the Nuremberg trials, and he's basically laying the entire playbook bare. He just spells it out. Create a threat. Tell people they're under attack, and then attack anyone who questions you. It's a terrifyingly simple formula built on fear that, as he said, works the same way in every country.
Okay, but these incredibly powerful techniques, they didn't just stay on the battlefield or in politics. Oh no, they soon found a brand new target: your wallet. This is the story of how PR completely re-engineered the way we shop and what we think we need.
This was Bernays' masterstroke, really. He taught corporations to stop selling people things they need. You know, stuff based on function and utility. Instead, he taught them to sell people things they desire. He made buying stuff about emotion, about status, about who you want to be.
And you can see the results everywhere. I mean, think about it. Nobody needs a sugary soda or a bag of processed chips. But his most famous campaign was for cigarettes. He literally branded them as torches of freedom for women. He linked a dangerous habit to the powerful feeling of liberation. It was genius. It's never about the product, it's about the feeling. And the scale of this desire factory today is just mind-boggling. Look at this number, £2 billion. That's how much gambling companies in the UK spent on advertising in just 1 year. The goal is to make it look cool, glamorous, exciting, anything to make you forget about the huge risks involved.
It's such a powerful model, isn't it? It's basically the default for our whole economy. So here's a question for you. Think about something you bought recently. Was it a true need? Or was it a desire that was maybe planted there? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And hey, if you're enjoying this, make sure you're subscribed for more explainers from Restoring the Mind.
All right, so now we know these tactics go way beyond just what you buy. They're used to shape how we see entire governments, the media we watch, the charities we donate to, and even our faith.
Yep, this is Nation Branding 101. Countries like China spend a ton of resources to carefully build an image, a brand, that's all about business and innovation and trade. And a huge part of maintaining that brand is having a lot of influence over the media that reports on them. And this is often how that influence works. It's a pretty simple cycle when you break it down. The government is a huge advertiser, so media outlets start to depend on that government money to survive. That leads to them censoring themselves, not running stories that might upset their biggest client. And before you know it, real impartiality can just fade away.
Now, this one might actually surprise you, because even charities are in this game. Of course, many of them do amazing, life-saving work. But to get your donations, they often have to rely on really powerful, emotionally driven PR campaigns. And here's the kicker. A pretty big chunk of your donation, sometimes 30% or even more, gets plowed right back into more PR and advertising to get the next donation.
And this is where the business of deception really hits its peak, I think, when faith itself gets packaged and sold like a product. In some parts of the world, you have religious figures using modern marketing, social media, the whole shebang, to build up an image of being divine, of having miraculous powers, and it's all designed to attract followers and, well, increase revenue.
So, from politics to shopping, from the news to your beliefs, the same basic principles of perception management are always there, humming away in the background, shaping our world in ways we barely even think about. So who uses PR? Well, what this list really shows is pretty much everyone. Political leaders, multinational corporations, celebrities, charities, even entire nations. It's a tool, and it's available to anyone who has the money to pay for it. The scary part is that if you can pay the price, you can pretty much manufacture your own reality.
Which, of course, leaves us with the big question, doesn't it? This multi-billion-dollar industry is so fundamental to our global economy. It connects us, it informs us, but we've also seen it has this incredible power to mislead us on a massive scale. So, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
So what do you think? Is PR a necessary tool or a dangerous weapon? And don't forget to tell me about that thing you bought out of desire, not need. Drop all your thoughts in the comments below. If this explainer from Restoring the Mind gave you some food for thought, please be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.